Good evening and welcome back to Bugs' DCS Cruise. Tonight, we got a fun little one, and I said I was going to throw the JTAC FACA aspect into my missions starting a little while ago. I've been working with it a little bit just to try and get a handle of it, because I really haven't done much with a FACA or JTAC in the past, but I think I got a somewhat okay handle on it, and I can understand it enough to make it work. The other thing I wanted to touch on really quick was, as I was looking for answers to a couple of different questions I had regarding the JTAC, the FACA kind of stuff, is I kept on seeing that the Flaming Cliffs aircraft are not capable of doing or working with your JTAC. And I'm going to tell you guys now that is a complete lie and completely false. I did test this mission a little while ago with the A-10A, which is, in fact, an FC-3 airplane, and it worked perfectly. So, for those of you guys out there that are wondering if you could do or interact with the JTAC with an FC-3 airplane, the answer is yes, you can. You most certainly can. I'm doing it a little bit differently. I'm working with Viacom as opposed to the communication menu, so you're going to have to work with whatever you guys have as your setup, but either which way, it will work. And for tonight's mission, I'm going to show you guys that. As you guys know, I've said it in the past in several videos, I am not really a ground attack kind of guy. I much prefer my fight upstairs, but it's all part of it, and I'm okay with it. The ground attack stuff is fun once you get a handle on it and you know exactly what the hell you're doing and looking at. But with all that aside, the main point of tonight's video is to show you guys that the JTAC FACA will work with a Flaming Cliffs airplane. So what we have is we have a whole bunch of baddies way over yonder ways. So we're going to go from a cold start. We're going to get the old hog running up and ready to go. And then we'll take off and we'll check in with our JTAC. We'll get our directions. We'll work with our 9-line and we'll go from there. As far as what I'm using for our JTAC/FACA is an MQ-9 Reaper. I don't know if you guys could see very faintly off in the distance about our 2-3 o'clock-ish, that little dot up in the sky in the clouds. That's our MQ-9. That's our FACA, so we're going to work with him. I'm going to stop yapping. I'm going to unpause this thing, and we'll get the old hog turned over. And the next time I try this, or one of the next times I try this, guys, it will definitely be with the A-10C. But for now, we're going to stick with the A-10A, just for the ease of use of the aircraft. And I really don't fly ground attack that much, nor do I fly the A-10 that much. Yes, she's a fun jet to fly, but I'm more of a fighter guy. So we got our batteries on. Let's get our engines turned over. Here we go. And as far as our loadout, I'll show you that really quick while we're starting up. So we have a couple of Hydro rocket pods. We have Mark 82 Rockeyes, CD-97s, and Mark 82s. Plus the mighty Gal-8. So we should be set for a little bit. We're going to see what damage we can do. And the cool thing about the FACA is they're going to tell you what weapons they prefer you to deploy for the mission at hand. So we'll see what he says. Let's get the other one coming online. Alright, so our Reaper is still up there, that's good. The BTRs didn't engage him, whether his altitude is too high or they just don't see him, I don't know. Let's just hope he stays there, because if he doesn't and he gets shot down, that's going to kind of screw the whole thing up for us. So, and then at that point, it's just going to be scorched earth on that airport that their bad guys are at. So, let's hope for the best. Okay. Both engines are online. Let's get the lid on our casket closed here. Alright. Sometimes that's what it feels like, guys. Virtual or real, that's what it feels like. Alright, everything looks good. We're all ready to go. Let's start our taxi out. We'll take off from runway 3 left. And then we'll go up and we'll get our walk-in from there.
Hold 5. Clear to taxi to runway 3. Path 2.
Now, I don't know if he wants us to take off from 3 left or 3 right. Anytime I've tried this, I take off from 3 left and I get yelled at. Or I get no clearance. So, we'll try 3 right. What the hell? Let's drop our flaps. So we're gonna need them, so we are a little heavy. Let's trim ourselves for takeoff here. A couple of degrees nose high. Hang out there, little dude. We're on the way. What the hell kind of... Keep the lines in one spot. Let's not make things more difficult than they already are, shall we? As long as I see that Reaper up there, we're good. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's line up. Alright, so we're going to take 03 right instead of 03 left. We'll try to shoot the approach for landing on 03 left. We'll see what happens. Thank you. Alright, here we go, guys. Full power. The fans are spooling, and we're rolling. Alright, let's get the old hog up in the air and see what damage we could do with her. It's 100 knots. 120, 140, rotate, and we're flying. Flaps up, gear up. All right, we're in the air, guys. Let's get a nice little flyby for you guys, and then we'll turn out and get on station. She's a big bitch of an airplane. I love it though. Like I said in a past video, if you guys don't love the A-10, just for what it could do, I don't know what to tell you. Alright, let's check in with a JTAC or a FACA in this case, and let's go from there. So our fuel, we should be good for quite a while, so we'll stay on station for about 45 minutes. Playtime, 45 minutes.
Hog 5, this is Chevy 3-1. Tank 3 in effect. Advise when ready for 9 line.
Alright, here we go, guys. Ready to copy.
Line is as follows. 1, 2, 3, NA. 2,500 feet. MSL. Infantry column. Papa. Victor. 6, 8, 1, 3, 8, 3, 5, 2. No mark. 0. No factor. Egress. South. Advise when ready for remarks and further talk on.
Okay. Remarks.
Use CBU 87.
Alright, so they want us to use our 87s. So let's switch over to our air to ground mode. CBU 87s are selected. So we're going to work out from this to the south. That's our egress. So we're going to come in pretty much from where we are, and we're going to work out south. Let's not lose track of the MQ-9. Copy 9 line.
Read that correct. Hog 5, clear to engage.
Alright, we're clear hot. That's what I like to hear. Alrighty. So we're going to have to keep as steady as we possibly can for our bomb drops. And just do good work. Alright. There's the Reaper. Or MQ-9 or a FACA, or if our 12 o'clock nose hot. We're master arm on. CBU 87 selected. I don't want to get too much altitude here. Let's keep it around. Let's keep it under 10,000. Because then this becomes a problem. Alright. Tail of the airport. IP inbound. Oh boy. Here we go again with this. So usually the JTAC is supposed to mark the target with either Willie Pete or smoke or something like that, but we don't got that, so that's okay. Let's see what we can do here. Let's bring our pipper down. I'm going to go for a CCIP drop on the first run-in with the 82s. I'm sorry, the 87s rather. do with this. So watch for our release. Bombs away. Hopefully those didn't fall short. And they most certainly did. Son of a...
Hog 5. Target is not destroyed. Cleared to re-attack.
Thanks. And we missed. That sucks. Alright, we'll have to come back around. No worries. Swap back up. Let's come back in with our rock eyes, the Mark 20s. And now we're blind because of the clouds. We need to really get... Okay, so we gotta... That's our airport there. So we gotta spin around and come in from the opposite for a south egress. So I really don't feel like getting yelled up by the JTAC tonight either. So far we missed. Not a good start, guys. Let's see if we go for a CCRP drop on the next one. So I drop rock eyes. Let's see what happens. So I am gonna have to get a pretty good and steady line on these guys if we're gonna do this the right way. Let's hope this works. In hot. I thought that was supposed to do something. Yeah, it is. Alright, whatever. Don't worry about that later. Let's see if we can catch a good line on these guys. And so we gotta go for a level flight with the CCRP drop. Oh, we are way off where we need to be. Alright, grab targets locked. Level flight. Bombs away.
Hog 5, 6 units destroyed.
Shack.
Attack is authorized.
Copy kill. Yes, sir.
Hog 5-7 units destroyed. Reattack is authorized.
All right. That was a good one. That we got a decent amount on. All right. So I'm going to come in for another run, same direction, and we're going to come for a rocket run on this one. I have a feeling the last thing we're going to let off are either the Mark 82s or the cannon. We'll see what happens. Alright, so CCRP worked flawlessly. Excellent. Let's see if we get another nice good run in on these guys here. A little bit of distance, come around. Alright, here we go. Here we go, guys. Hog 5-1s in hot. Let's want our pipper down a little bit so we actually hit these guys. Here's our 4-1, I believe. Oop, shit. That was a little... There we go. Ah, that was... There we go. Except that didn't do anything. Oop, actually, we got one. Never mind. We did get one. Okay. We're out of rockets. We're off. So we got one of the BTRs. Yep, there it is. Good kill. Let's come back in with our Mark 82s for the next run. And we'll go for another CCRP drop on this one. See what happens.
Hog 5. Target is not destroyed. Cleared to reattack. Use Mark 82.
Copy. I don't know why my throttle is not cooperating for the push to talk, but it's okay. Alright, let's see if we can get this pretty close to damn near perfect. Let's bring that over here. I got less than 45 minutes of plate time, but that's okay. Alright guys, here we go. Let's see if we can get a nice CCRP lock on what we need. Captured. Alright, target's captured. Bombs away.
Clear to re-attack.
They
Use
missed.
guns.
Shit. Copy, miss. Now it works. Alright. So, what we have left now, guys, is the gun. I'm not going to just come in the opposite end on the runway, although that would be the easiest thing to do. We are trying to coordinate this with our FACA so we don't screw this up. Perfect. Let's see if we can see what damage we actually did. Alright, I see one BTR on fire, but nothing 9,400 pounds, so we're just gonna watch our fuel a little bit. All right. All right, here we go, guys. Let's make a run at it again with the gun this time. See what she could do. Altitude looks good. Just gotta watch our gun pipper. Here we go. Guns, guns, guns. Guns, guns, guns.
Altitude, altitude.
Oh, Jesus. That just raked right across that guy's... Oof. Mud on.
Hog 5-1. Unit destroyed. Re-attack is authorized.
Copy kill.
Hog 5. Target is not destroyed. Cleared to re-attack.
Alright. That did some damage. Jesus. And there goes another one. I think we did more damage with the Gal 8 than we did with anything else. Not bad. Although those two rock eyes did a good job. We dropped on the CCRP on the first run. And that was pretty solid. Alright, so we have another run or two in us, ammo-wise, before Winchester. Let's see if we can drop any more. We're going to see if we can favor the right side. You guys can see that column right over there. Just let me get the pitot tube out of the way. Yeah, right there to the right. That's a nice little looking column. Wouldn't be a shame if something happened to it. And there goes another one. Not bad. Like I said, guys, if you don't love the A-10 for just the sheer firepower and what it could do, then I don't know what to tell you. Alright, here we go. Let's roll out, level off. Here we go. In hot. Alright guys, here we go. This guy's right here. Guns, guns, guns.
Altitude, altitude.
Nice. A couple more good hits. I'll take it. Alright, we might have actually more than I thought. We might have 3 left in us. If we're gonna pop off 100 rounds apiece, see what happens. And just a little fun fact for a side note, if you guys know with the A-10, how long do you keep the trigger down for the cannon? There's a certain little secret rhythm to it. If you guys know what it is, then you know what it is. I don't want to see it in my comment section. I know what it is. Let's not get anybody jammed up or yelled at. You could always either DM me on our Instagram page if you know the answer, but either which way. But if you want, hey, what the hell? It's been said on other channels before, so if you want to leave it, leave it. Works for me. This is more for the pilots community. Ooh, that just went kaboom. Alright, here we go. Guns, guns, guns. All right. We are Winchester, guys.
Altitude, altitude, altitude.
Off. All right. Let's see if we get out of here. Checking out.
Log 5. You may depart.
Thank you, sir. Good luck, good hunting. Yeah, so I think we did a pretty good number on these guys here. That's 7 or 8 of the BTRs that are exploded. Oh, maybe more, actually. I don't know. Alright, let's make our way back home. 8,700 pounds of fuel left. Pretty good. We are completely cleaned off. Not bad. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good run, guys. Let's not... Why did it lock that up? I know that's where we want to go. Easy bugs. Easy bugs. Let's not get too nose high here. There we go. Alright. Alright, there's Nellis Air Force Base right there off to our 1 o'clock. I'm going to drop into there. So we'll land on 03 left, that's fine. It's just the takeoff, it gets a little finicky when it wants to, but that's alright. Let's watch our airspeed, let's bring that down a little bit. Like I said in the past, I'm not too sure what the speeds are on the A-10. I know she likes the slow stuff, but or speed our gear, so we're going to use the landing gear to help us drop some altitude here in a minute. Alright, so 220, let's bring the gear down. Yep, and she's still on the fall. There we go. Perfect. I don't want to bring her in too fast. Actually, you know what? We're going to take... Actually, they're both the same length runways, I believe. What the hell is going on here with this thing? Okay. Whatever that was, guys, I don't really know, but it's alright. Let's drop the flaps. Full flaps. So we're gonna want to be a little
Altitude,
high.
altitude.
Start cutting our power. Speed brakes coming out. And let's hope we don't pogo stick this thing off the runway, because that will suck. Or slam it into the runway, so that'll suck even more. Nice easy. Nice easy down. Let's flare, flare, flare. Here we go. Oh, 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 Jesus. Alright. We're on the ground. And we're moving pretty slow, so that's good. I gotta work on landing the A-10 a little bit more. That wasn't one of my best approaches. I would have much preferred to ease it into the runway and then be stopping right about here, or slowing down right about here, I should say. Alright, now that we're down safe, let's get our flaps up, speed brakes in, let's go park this thing. I'm just gonna pop over to our 9-10 o'clock. We're gonna park right out over there, and we should be good to go. 8,500 pounds of fuel left, not bad. Maybe for the next one, guys, we'll shut down, rearm, refuel, and then we'll go back out. But I want to set up something a little bit more interesting for you guys in order to do that. So we're going to actually put more targets in for the next one that can actually shoot back at us. And that'll be a little bit more interesting. We were probably moving too quick for the BTRs to engage us, so they didn't even bother, which I'm okay with. It's the last time that I'm getting shot at. Yes, sir. The last time I'm getting shot at sometimes is better, but that's okay. Keeps you on your toes. Easy, bugs. A little too quick there, buddy. There we go. Uh-oh. Alright, nice easy turn to the left. And let's go block this thing. Alright, this looks good. We're not going to go under the overhang because this thing barely fits under there. I've learned that the hard way several times, as you guys have seen. So we're just going to park this girl right on over here. The Tomcat or the Hornet or the Viper, different story. Stubby little wings. Or we can fold the wings. This thing, not so much. Alright. Canopy open. And we're shut down. Alright, guys. Well, that'll do it for that one. I really hope you guys found that interesting and helpful. And just proof to you guys that you can, in fact, use the Flaming Cliffs airplanes with JTAC and FACA. I know there's a lot of disinformation out there, but you guys just saw it. It worked. We were able to communicate with them, get our 9-line, our talk on, execute what we have to do, and then come home. I really hope you guys found that entertaining and helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Much more with the A-10 to come. And as always, strap in, arm up the seat, and keep flying.